This is gonna be a floor workout. We're gonna start face up. On your back, notice your feet and your knees hip width apart. Not super close, not too far. Just start neutral. Tuck the chin in and remember to push the shoulders down towards the floor and towards your hips. Think about that bridge in the low back area. We're going to press gently the spine towards the floor, engaging the hip flexor muscles. Chin in engages the neck flexor muscles. Let's just breathe here. You can have your hands with the fingertips on the floor, the shoulders pressing down, the chin pressing to the chest. Big breath. Slow inhale. Slow exhale. Let's try counting the breath. So inhale for 3 seconds. Exhale for 3 seconds. Inhale for 3 seconds. Exhale for 3 seconds. Push the spine to the floor, low back to the ground. Inhale for 3 seconds. Make sure that your knees are in line with your hips. And of course, making sure that the toes are in and the heels are slightly out. Couple more breaths here. Shoulders pushing down, chin tucking in. Last one. And then we're going to slowly turn into our belly and we're gonna do the back extension that we've been doing all this time. So knees together, big toes touching, heels apart, flex your ankle. We're zipping up the legs. We start with the forehead on the ground, hands to the side of the ears. A few breaths here. Again, tuck your tailbone towards the heels. Engage the front hip flexors. Create space on your low back. Try to keep that as you lift the head off the ground, tucking the chin in. Try to get your wrist higher than your elbows higher than your shoulders. And again, let's try counting the breath here. So we got inhale for 3, maybe 4 seconds. Exhale 3 or 4 seconds. Don't lock the breath, just inhale for 3 or 4. Exhale 3 or 4. Keep squeezing the knees. Remember, you can have the toes off the ground a few inches. Flex those ankles hard. Last breath here. And exhale, slowly lower down. We're going to do a child pose. Knees wide. Make sure the left knee is as wide as the right one. So checking to make sure you're even. Hips stay down. And then slowly walking your hands forward. Chin in. Shoulders, hands down. And release. Try to lengthen your inhales and lengthen your exhales. Keep the breath flowing. Let's walk the hands to the right. Bring the torso to the right, stretching through the left side. 2 more breaths here. Keep counting your breathing, even inhales, even exhales. Maybe 3 seconds, maybe 4, maybe 5 in these poses that are a little bit easier. Try to lengthen the breath. And come back to center. Take a moment here, a few breaths back in child pose, neutral child pose. And then walk your hands to the left side. All the way to the left, stretching the right. Keep counting your breathing. Two more. And slowly come back to center. Another back extension. This time we're gonna focus on engaging those paraspinal muscles. Slowly lower yourself down. Chin in, forehead on the ground. Flex the ankles, squeeze the knees. Open the palms big, spread the fingers wide, keep your wrists straight. Tuck your tailbone. Squeeze the front, pop the head and torso off the ground, and really squeeze this back muscles, every single section from vertebrae to vertebrae, trying to lift the chest and lift the chest and lift the chest and feel the strength. And if it's too much, tuck your tailbone or maybe even go down a little bit and work in a place that feels good. Shoulders back, squeeze the rhomboids, shoulders away from the ears. 2 more breaths here. Don't lock the breath. And with an exhale, slowly lower down. Press yourself to an all-fours position. And then slowly, slowly bring yourself again onto your back. Lay yourself back. Bring your feet closer to each other. Bring your knees towards each other. Set your chin in, your shoulders down. A few big breaths here. And from here, we're going to take the left leg, cross it over the right. Make sure your knees are touching. Turn your right foot, your bottom foot in, internal rotation. That's the way that the legs are gonna go. Send the legs to the left side. Feel the stretch. Low back, right hip. Keep the right shoulder down. You can stretch your right arm out to the side, or you can bring it back behind you. Few breaths here. Feel the stretch through that whole line. Right side from the hip, through the waist to the pec, all the way to the arm. Then send that right arm up, keeping the right foot on the ground, keeping length through that right side. Take an inhale. Exhale, bring both shoulders off the ground, tuck your chin in, and turn your palm to face back behind you, behind your head. External rotation of the shoulder. Take another breath here. Exhale, lower down. Right arm to the side. Knees back to center first. Then once you're centered, uncross, and we'll switch sides. Right crosses over the left, knees together, left foot in, bottom foot in, legs go to that side, right side. Feel the stretch on the left hip, left waistband, low back, Pec, left arm stretches to the side, that's pec major stretch. Arm stretches back, that's pec minor stretch. Breathe in here. Feel the stretch, hip to shoulder. Send the arm up. Left hand now, it's gonna point back behind you, behind your head. And when you're ready, take an inhale. Exhale, chin in, both shoulders come off the ground. Feel the squeeze through that left side, left abdominals, hip flexors. Couple breaths here, feeling the squeeze, a little shaking. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower down. Send that left arm to the side or back. Get a little stretch here. Come back to center. Uncross the legs. One bridge, so feet, knees, hip width. Lift the hips up. You can keep the hands on the floor, maybe palms up, getting the spine straight. And then with an exhale, roll your spine. Straighten your legs to the side. Then you can take a little shavasana here, a little resting pose. Noticing your breath. Making those inhales and exhales equal length. Letting the body be heavy for a moment. Letting the belly be soft with the inhales and the exhales. Stay in here for as long as you like.